Hey kid, how's it going? What'd you say you were studying again?
Mechatronics engineering.
Mechanical engineering?
No, mechatronics engineering.
Hey now, did you hear that? The kid's gonna be a mechanical engineer.
Hi, thanks for calling me. I'm excited for this opportunity. No problem, kid. So let's just get some basic questions out of the way. What was it that you're studying again? Mechatronics engineering. Ah, electronics engineering. Great choice. You know, the one with like the software and the robots? So you're a software engineer. Okay. Yeah, sure. Mechatronics engineering. What a stupid name for such a great idea. Hey, my name's Oliver, and as I'm sure you could tell from the title of the video, I am studying the extremely confusing field of mechatronics engineering, or Tron, as the kids like to call it nowadays. The amount of confusion that happens whenever I try to explain to someone at a job fair or my family what it is I'm learning as a mechatronics engineering student, well, it's never ending. So my job today is to explain to you what it is I'm learning, what a traditional mechatronics engineer does, and my simple suggestion to how we can fix this whole naming fiasco. Let's get going. First, let's kick things off with the definition of Tron engineering from my school's website. Mechatronics engineering is a modern discipline that transcends the boundaries between embedded systems, mechanical, electrical, and computer engineering. We have designed a world-class mechatronics program that offers a balance of mechanical, electrical, and software content with a focus on embedded systems design. Now, if you're like most people, all of that was complete gibberish to you, and myself included at one point in time. So basically what they're saying here is you throw together a bit of software, a bit of mechanical stuff, a bit of electrical components, make it all work together beautifully, and that's what mechatronics is. So that's a pretty good definition of what it is that we do. But let's just take some other interpretations from the web just to have a more clear picture. What do mechatronics engineers do? Mechatronic engineers design, develop, maintain, and manage high-technology engineering systems for the automation of industrial tasks. Mechatronics from Wikipedia. Mechatronics, which is also called mechatronic engineering, is a multidisciplinary branch of engineering that focuses on the engineering of both electrical and mechanical systems and includes a combination of robotics, electronics, computer, telecommunications, systems, control, and product engineering. So in essence, it's complicated, but just think of it as multidisciplinary and embedded systems. Our advantage is that we have a lot of knowledge on a wide variety of engineering topics. We can create the code that runs the system, use mechanical engineering design to create the physical product, and understand which electrical components we need in order for the machine to work. So in essence, we're know-it-alls. We know everything, or so we like to think. Second, who hires a mechatronics engineer? Well, as I'm sure you could guess, automation likes us, manufacturing, software, engineering design, and robotics, just to name a few. As an aside here, when you're choosing an engineering discipline, make sure that you not only choose one that interests you, but you choose one that you can see yourselves gaining the skills for. Not only do you have to be interested in it, but do you have the desire and the drive to learn what you want to learn? Now, most, if not all, engineering students will somehow find a way to name drop Tesla, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, all of the big names, because who wouldn't want to intern there? And let me tell you that when it comes to internships, only about 5% of what you do inside of the classroom is important and essential towards getting an internship. These companies want to see what you're doing outside of the classroom. Are you making viable things that could actually have an impact on people? Are you being public about it? Or are you hiding all of your great creations from the rest of the world? And as long as you're out there constantly doing things, showing that you're striving for improvement, I'm sure your odds of getting an internship will be way better. The more relationships you build with the people that are inside of these companies, the better off you'll be. And you never know, maybe you'll find an interest in something you didn't even think could be a possibility. Thirdly, my suggestion to the world of mechatronics: change the name, because really it's just a cop-out. The definition of mechatronics engineering has a bunch of other definitions inside of it. And me and a bunch of my other peers really didn't know what mechatronics was. We just saw the brochure for the robots and got really excited. So here are some suggestions on how you could rename mechatronics engineering. Why not one that we heard in the video? Embedded systems engineering. That has a nice ring to it. And how about automation or robotics engineering? Both of those things are much more descriptive and give the listener a better idea of what it is that we're learning. Of course, those definitions would be better or worse suited depending on the content of the program. We just want something to stop confusing the people at the job fair that aren't necessarily deep into our engineering field, because many people have different interests on top of the ones that they learn in engineering, and they would love to be able to apply it outside of engineering, and having something that explains maybe what you're learning would be nice. But to that point, if you're talking to someone who doesn't know a lot about engineering, I would say it's better off to try and show off the other skills that you have and just say you're in engineering. If you're trying out for a business position, odds are that it doesn't really matter what type of engineering you're in. They just want to see that you have the skills that you need in order to do the job well. School can only teach you so much, and I think that it's really important that you go out there and you start creating. Instead of riding life's wave, start creating some of your own. Alright, it's been a pleasure, folks. That's all for today. And if you liked, drop a like, subscribe if you vibe, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. Let me know how I can improve, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace. Hi, thanks for calling. Sound like a car salesman? No problem, kid. Let's just get some basic questions out of the way, shall we? I don't know why I always sound like a Texan kid.